All right. Get right back into this. Got a few little things to work out after that big battle. One thing that's concerning is this guy lost his entire party. As he joined in the fight, and I tried to. I feel like I retreated the troops that would have been his most of the time, like infantry. Oh, so he had some cavalry and some horse archers, but he had those probably the infantry and the ranged units. So that didn't bring any with me on purpose, anyways. But he lost his whole party, so now he's 0 party size. He's going to be kind of stuck here for a while. It'd be nice to be able to add him to my army just to keep him out of harm's way, but I don't think it's going to let me. I'll try though. Let's see. This is Boulder at the Lucky. I can go here. Let's see. Let me try and multitask here. How do I get my thing set up here? Okay, there we go. Oh, I wasn't multitasking. I completely took a break to do one other. It doesn't matter. Okay. Go to my armies and manage. Sort by distance. I don't see him, even though I know he's right there. Where is he? Looking for. We're at the Lucky. Okay, so he has less than 40% of it. Even though really he doesn't, they're just knocked out. But I guess that doesn't count. I don't think anyways. Yeah, it looks like he still has, he's got about 35 troops? Yeah, oh, it says right there, 35 wounded troops. I don't know, maybe he's bigger than I thought though, but I think it just isn't counting the wounded ones. So, I don't think there's anything I can do about it. Let me talk to this person though, see what they've got. Let me see, so I think... Did I take all of my wounded troops from her? No, let's see, but can I give her... I probably already did this before, because it's something I've been pretty fixated on, is trying to get as many wounded troops as I can. Yeah, see, like, if I try to make more space here, it'll give her the wounded troops first. So... Let's see, what can... I probably already did... Okay, so there's 35 wounded here, so if I try to just, like, take this stack... Then throw out, or not throw out, but rather give her these ones that are just like a few wounded. Okay, so that's... This is really hard to actually come out ahead, I think. Because I have so many wounded already. Because this will just, it will give the wounded and take the healthy first. So, that will mess me up if I try to do that. I feel like there should be some way to make use of this, having 34. But I'll just let it be, because I'm afraid I'm going to mess up. I feel like I already... Because we're at max capacity, too, so... Okay. Okay, we'll ignore that, but... I think there's troops that I could give him. I think the only troops I think I can give him will either be more wounded troops, or... I don't want to give him conscripts and stuff like that. That's not happening, buddy. Okay. Okay, we're just... I mean, I think he just has to sit there. Let me see, can I give him food so he doesn't starve? Oh, he's healing. Okay, so that's good. Can I take one of your prisoners? Oh, can I? Yeah, give him to me. I'll keep him in prison. Oh, can I speak to one of your prisoners? What would I talk to you about? He's not even, is he the leader? Let's see. Oh, he is the leader. Okay. Oh, it's not giving me the option to hire him, though. Okay. Let me try this again. I want to barter with you. Okay, there's something I would like to discuss. Let's see, can I give you some food? Okay, you have cow. I have junk. Wow, that's a lot of junk I can give you. I guess I can give you cow. I don't know if they will actually turn the cow into food on their own, though. We'll give them cow anyways. There, you can have cow. You can have these too. I think you can turn that into loot. Give you some more stuff too here. Yeah, just have a bunch of junk. I don't care. They should turn that into loot. And not, well, it is loot. They should turn it into money. Okay. It's enough money business. We gotta head through here. See if there's any other armies forming. Hopefully get them when they're smaller than that, I could have done that instead of sieging the castle. Like, that's what I did previously. I sweeped through first and then went back to the siege, but I don't know. It worked out. There's caravan. I don't want to hit the caravans, but it's fine if the vassals do. The only problem is messing them up too much might make them make a good peace offer too soon. There they go. Do I want to get involved? Yes, I do, because I want that prisoner. Got conscripts, so we can't send our troops. But some of them will die, and they're too valuable. But we don't have to. We don't have to be conservative about it. We should be able to just charge in. Let's see, yep. Archers, most dangerous unit they have. Just if you shoot near them, warning. Yeah, they gave the archers a stern talking to there. And let's see. Okay, and give me the prisoner? No. Yes. Yes, you're my prisoner. You're never gonna escape. Whoa. Actually, before I go, I should probably dump some stuff off in a town, otherwise I will be going slower than I need to go. So let's see. I mean, it's not a huge malice just from that many prisoners, but I can get rid of them. Make room for more. Finished a granary. That's good. It'd be nice if I could remotely tell them to build another one. I can't, though. Go here. Yep. We got all this stuff. I don't even remember when we picked all this stuff up. Wait. I sold one I could recruit. I don't know if I want to recruit these, though. Yeah. I don't think I really need to do that. I'll sell them anyways. These, we can drag these around and recruit them, because they're, even though I like to say how the cavalry isn't very good in this game, they can be used. They're not, I'd rather have them than get peanuts for them from selling them like that. Let's see what we got here. I want that. No, I don't want that one. This one's okay though. Let's see, 32k. Don't want to like just take all their food. Let's see. Yeah, we'll depend on defeating parties to get our food, because I really just don't want to take all of Huskin Folk's food. Let's see. Any herd penalty? No. We're doing good for this size of a force. Let's see, do you have a noble bow? Ooh, you have a noble bow. Where are you? Come here. Can have that. And there's a 96 scale. Okay, let's see. Okay, do they still have money left over? Or is that a negative? I can't quite see it. Oh wait. Yes, I can if I get my other screen here. Good. Good, we're getting all their money. And a bow. For his sister, that's good. Good deal. Okay, let's head this way. We could try to just get our other troops and go do another siege, but we want to heal all this stuff. Get medicine skill for it, and she's never gonna buy food. I'm constantly getting the sharing food thing popping up, which is fine, except like if I ever wanted to kick her out, then she has no food. I will help you out. Spread out and charge. Anything. I was gonna say that's his party, but that's not. That's what my companion has taken in, I guess. I don't know. Where is it? I want to look at what his party is. That's all my emblem. Maybe it's just they're just all using my emblems. I don't see. Oh, they're okay. There are a few mixed in there. Okay, well it's good we helped them because it looks like he doesn't have that much, and we don't want him. You know, we want him to keep building up. Come on, don't do any dumb stuff, guys. Just circle. One horse archer. Using their sidearms. It's not dying because they just can't do it. They don't know how to land a hit with their sidearms. Look at that though. They're sure having fun. Okay, someone got him. Or he fell through the map or something. I don't know what happened there. No. I go taking the whole army to raid a village. You should be over here. This is what you should do. Let's see, how are they? They are big garrison, big militia. Yeah. We'll definitely soften that up if we attacked it, but there's other stuff to attack. Yeah, here you go, guys. Here, yes. Come here. Oh, good. There's a medium-sized army. Attacking that. Well, it's that size is no problem. Let me look at my party, though. I don't think I have stuff I can... Oh. I don't even remember getting all this stuff, but that's fine, yeah. We will be generous with them now, and... Sure, you can do that. I don't remember why. Oh, because it was wounded. That's what happened. Because they were wounded, I just brought all the wounded I could with me. Yeah. Looks close. It's not going to be very close, though. Let me see, how did my sister do for that big process of trying to bring all... Okay, so she gained like 4.5. I think she was at 32 before. We could check, but she might have been at 34. She gained at least a couple points of medicine though, and some. She's either 32 or 34 last time I checked. Let me see on show. She's gaining lots of levels. She already has max intelligence. You know, it's a tough thing because, like, if I use her as the medic, she has to be the medic. She can't be the steward. She can't be the engineer. So this just go to waste. We could give it to her anyways, like eventually, and when she has enough points, just pop them in anyways. You know, just so it looks nice, basically. Let's see, is this capped yet? This only, she got this because she was leading a party in an army with me previously. But it's the same problem with all this, because like she can't do this stuff in a party with me. She can do combat stuff, but we're already, this is fine. Like this gets her to 225, and with a noble bow, she's gonna get that really fast. She can get this skill. These aren't that great. This, like, she's not going to be a governor, so the secondary effects don't matter, and her personal, like, aiming with it, well, it's just not that good. And let's see, she already has 5 endurance, so she's going to be able to go all the way to 250. These perks are going to probably take this one, but either one is good, actually. This doesn't matter, although she is on a pure blood, so I mean, I don't know. I don't think it's still not good though. It's like because it has charge damage already, you give it a little more. But I don't know. Yeah, I don't think there's a reason to go for more of that. She can get this in the siege. She's not gonna get very much of it though. But it's like a might as well kind of thing. Yeah, that's the thing. As long as she's in my party as my medic, most of this stuff just doesn't do anything. So we've got attributes and FP that she's just not going to use. We'll save it for later. If we change that for some reason, then we'll know we can choose what we want to do with it. Let's see. Should also look at this, make sure we don't have anything too valuable in here with her. Although, oh, she took all those looters. Okay. Let's see. Give you those and just give her dumb stuff. Actually, no, I'm not gonna mess with it. Let's see. That's fine. Leave it alone. This is, oh, we're in the village map. This is another thing I don't like is that they make you use the village map even though there was nothing, this has nothing to do with the village. Nobody was raiding the village. 2, that wasn't what I wanted you to do. Here, come here. Nice big line, please. 2. Be in a nice big line that goes all the, that just doesn't look right. Okay, we'll take it though. In fact, we'll have to look and see, because I don't know. Let's see, do they have a modest amount of horse archers. 1, go up to the corner there. Everybody look that way, since for some reason they're backward. It's because I dragged and placed them, but I just want them to not be in a giant square right there. Okay. 1, go in a shield wall. We'll let those horse archers play with you. And they're kind of just gonna, well, okay. Fine until the cavalry gets up here. It doesn't look like they're in a rush to get over here. Okay, let's do something a little smarter. You go down here behind that. Or maybe do something a little more useful. Are they holding position? Yeah, they're in like a defensive position, but we can shoot them. So yeah, one, you stay right there behind that building. And when they come too close, we can charge you at them. That might work pretty well. What's going on over here? Okay, one charge. Do what you want. I don't care. Just occupy them while we shoot them. Okay, and then tiny map. We're gonna retreat. We're gonna do that again. There's just no place to go. We can't get, so I don't know. I don't like that. It makes you fight in the village when no one's raiding the village. So it's like, why would we go in the village and fight? Why would they want to do that? Hi, Nair. Do you still have hope that they will address level of progress at some point? I think at some point modders will just redo the skills and the perks and make effects that actually give the player like a rewarding benefit. And it could even be a thing where like they make a mod that it's just for the player and not the other AI, like if that's too complicated, you know. But I think modders will do something. And I think definitely like a common mod will probably be something like a slider so you can just adjust each skill. Like I think there's already a tweak mod that people use a lot. I'm not using any mods here, but I know that's a popular one people use so that they can just adjust like each skill. Like, okay, I think medicine's really, really slow, so we'll make it 10 times faster so that it's about the same as other skills. You know, stuff like that. The thing is the developers have said that they're working on stuff like alternative ways to level up medicine, but they said that it's been a while now. It's been, I forget exactly. It might have been like 6 months or a year even. It's been a long time, and they haven't added anything yet. So, but because they said that makes me think that they will do something at some point, but there's no guarantees. They might just say, no, don't mess with it, you know. So I have a little bit of hope that they'll do some things. I don't think they're gonna like revamp stuff like the melee skill perks. You know, I think they sincerely don't understand why it's not when you can do like 300 damage with a long glaive, doing 50% more damage, like that's not very useful. I think they don't get it. They just look at what it looks like on paper. And also, you're not getting the 300 polearm skill with like a weak polearm either. Like it's not fast enough, you know, so it's just, I don't know. I mean, I guess I could think maybe they also are paying attention to the AI, but I don't know. I don't think that perks help the AI that much either. Yeah, I'm using that mod myself and saw your post as it is almost a year ago without changing. Yeah, I think like part of it is I think they've since then told the devs like, you know, don't say stuff like that. Like, don't tell them you're working on this perk because then if we don't add it, you know, it looks bad. So I think that's part of why there hasn't been a update on that yet. But I mean, I will be a little disappointed if they never add anything because, and again, I go back to this a lot, like when I complain about stuff they do is that, you know, Warband, I felt like they did it really well. Like if you wanted to be the surgeon in Warband and you knew what you were doing, you could get max surgery really fast. Like if you started with the right build where you have high intelligence and you just bring your intelligence up to 26, get the intelligence book, get the surgery book, you know, there you go. You have max surgery on your character. By the time, you know, before you're even really going to go to war, you have it. You have max survivability, you have max wound treatment for healing, you could have max engineering. It was really good, and that's like your choice. You're choosing that and choosing not to have like max power draw and max, you know, you're choosing one thing over the other, and you could do more later, but it really made a point of like what you do with like your first 20 levels in the game. That's basically the bulk of your character. That's what's going to define how you use your character and how your game plays out. Like if you do leadership, you can have a bigger party. You could do like a mix of having leadership for a bigger party and, you know, combat skills like, you know, horse archery, riding, power draw, power strike, or you could like max out intelligence and just like what I do, I just skip leadership, you know, I'll just use a smaller party. That's fine. And I do leadership, or I do intelligence first, and then I do like power draw. So as we go into the mid game, my character becomes really powerful. Is really useful in sieges and stuff because they can use like stronger and stronger bows as it goes. But you get the benefit of your build right away, and in Bannerlord, everything, well, not everything, writing levels up really fast, but everything else, I guess, everything but writing and charm takes a long time. And a lot of the effects of the skills are a lot less. Oh, he killed one of my cons guards. Oh, that's gonna happen sometimes. Okay, do something. Okay. And I kind of just let him fight it out here. I don't like the village map because there's not too many places I can move to. I wish I could just target them at these archers though. Let's see. That might be a little too many consguards lost to be worth it. But I'm just looking at like how much time is it to reload and do that part of the battle again versus walking over to the village, getting the troops, putting the stuff in the storage, taking stuff out of the storage, throwing it into the discard, going back to the menu, clicking on the thing, doing it again, you know. You have to do that for each tier. You can't just like select the troop and be like, okay, I'm going to donate this until it's a consguard. Or even, you know, rank 4. You have to do it. You have to go in and out of the menu every time. So it's just, even though they added stuff to make it better to level troops, it's still really tedious. So it's easier just, oh, you killed my consguard. Or reload the game and do it again. Let's see. So you go all the way over there. You're already shooting? Okay. 2, you go up here. 1 behind this little tent thing. Okay, now I gotta deal with this situation here where they just are too bunched up. Okay, move up, spread out. 1, you can bunch up, get behind that tent. Everyone, wish they could go in the tent. Okay, 3, you get in the shield wall. It just feels weird that some skills level well without playing, but others make almost no progress at all. Yeah. I mean, it used to be like a lot of how I would build a character was just based on like, well, what skills can you level up? Like which ones do level up at a decent pace versus ones that are snail. So I mean, it looks nice on paper to be like, oh, I'm gonna max all the intelligence skills and be really useful, but then in actuality, you get to the mid-game and you barely have any. So, it's, well, maybe you might as well have gotten, you know, the combat ones, even if they're not that great, at least you get something. You get some little perks that help a little bit. Look, okay, so now this time they're stuck on a rock or something. So they just got shot up. That's fine. Sometimes you're the one stuck on a rock. Sometimes they get stuck on a rock. So I get it's not a rock. It's a tent. Okay. Best horse archers in F7 as you're looking at the enemy. Yeah, but then I have to undo it. That's how you face direction them. They turn the wrong way. Right one. Oh. Yeah, I don't like having to face direction them at the enemy, but you're right. Let's see. Okay. We'll try this again. You go over here. See, where was that place where they got stuck? They got stuck right there, so we'll see if we can make them do that again. And we'll put 2 over here. And here's what happens, is I want to drag them because I want them in a wide formation, but then that also faces them. So if I do it now, I don't know if that actually takes. Like if I tell them face enemy, because I actually don't want them on face direction, because then they'll let stuff just like walk around them. I only want it like if it's a situation where they have horse archers attacking like in a wide arc, then I want to face direction them like this, so that they're shoot at them as they come around. But other than that, trying to face direction and then face enemy of them, it's too tinkery. Okay, and again, infantry. Yeah, I think I want you to stand right behind that. Let's see. See, these guys are orientated correctly. Some of them are just being funny. I think there's not enough space, or there's something wrong with the hill there. Let's see. Are they shielding? See, if you're not shielding, get in the shield wall. Alright. See, and this is my experience with trying to face direction. If I do this, like I go 2, see, is that they're turned this way, but then if they feel like shooting this way, they'll just do it anyways. We're gonna see. Some of them are shooting over there, but then some of them are still shooting over there. So I guess it's better than nothing. Like if some of them shoot at this formation here, but probably at least half of them are still shooting over here, which is not that beneficial to me. Let's see. Okay. You spread out. It looks like very boxy for a loose formation. Let's see. Okay, now they're gonna charge. watch those archers. When the archers form up to fire, that's when we want to get out of here. Okay. Let's see, how are we doing? Oh, that's pretty good. Well, yeah, I could be a placebo effect, but like I think I don't know. I don't know enough about like how they make them choose their targets because it seems like they really prefer to shoot stationary or slow moving stuff like infantry. And I don't know if they made them just specifically want to shoot at infantry or what. But like it just seems like if they have a choice, like if there's an enemy coming up like right here that's attacking them and there's a big infantry formation way back here, they'd rather just shoot straight in front of them at that than deal with this. Like even if you try to point them at what's right in front of them, a lot of them they're still fixate on something else. But it certainly has its uses. It's good against like like I said, like when the horse archers when they circle and they're doing like they're gonna come in and do their wide circle around here, and having them all kind of point this way is pretty good. But if you can get right in front of them and just point them at them, then that works even better. Which I don't know. I wish they could just track them a little better. Okay, 2. We're gonna do this again. Please be in a line. That I just don't have enough space to really drag them far enough. Okay. Do this. 3. Shield wall 1. Still have a little bit of infantry. Because I can't even see where they are. Okay, I'm over here because I'm in formation 4 too. Let's see. We'll put you a little more this way this time. Let's see. I'll let them keep this formation because I can see the back. The back row can still shoot, then I think it's okay. Okay. Let's see. Who's shooting at what? Somebody's shooting at these. 2. Look at them more. We'll see. What are you shooting at? Okay, they're doing it this time. Well, they're also moving more towards the middle this time. That's okay. Okay, now face enemy. So that you can... Let's see. Saved. Pulled back a little bit this time. Let's see, what is my cavalry doing? Anything good right now? I don't want to get javelin just looking at them. Okay. Okay, infantry. Infantry, go over there, make them turn around. Or come back over here. I want you to shoot at that. Shoot at those archers. Okay, 1. Attack just that corner. Aw, they took too many hits already. That's okay. 2, come back up here. See, if I can pull back further this way, this would be easy. But like this, you have to like ride all the way over here. Come on, 3. Actually, no, I don't think it's time to let them do what they want now. Nope, don't block me in. Okay. Pretty good. 3. Okay, I'm gonna let them go because it's getting too cumbersome to put them on shield wall and lose formation so that they can move. Actually, I think that does it. I think them just turning the infantry around is going to stop the infantry from getting any closer. Alright, on 4, get closer. Get closer. Oh, but that was 4, not 2. Okay, never mind. Everyone charge. Everyone charge. Did pretty good, but that was a blunder because I wanted formation 2 to come over there, but I said 4 instead. So they moved right through the infantry, and someone took a sword in the knee doing that. Yeah. Oh well. Let's see. Somewhere out there, there's still somebody. Hope they're not stuck in a wall or something. Yeah, there's something funny is going out here. Wasting a Khan's guard. Let's see. Well, maybe not. Maybe they're just fighting it out. Okay. This is a tragedy. This is a huge tragedy and a complete waste of resources. Sometimes they face the opposite direction when face the enemy. Yeah, and also what can happen is even though like it tells you that you like say you say everyone face enemy, and your character will say that like, oh, everyone face enemy. Sometimes really what happened is you gave the like the ones that were already facing enemy got set on face direction, and so they turn around, but the ones that were on face direction get put on face enemy. So yeah, it's very tinkery to use it. Let's see. Yeah, everyone's going to jail. Mad about those cons guards. No prisoners. No other prisoners. Bunch of junk. I see. Take your wounded troops. The sister can heal them. Oh, it's not gonna. I'm going insane. I keep forgetting that it won't let you just like skim off the top like that. But if they have like all this, I can do that and then just give her a couple healthy ones. Like that. Okay. And then and one more. What do I have to do? What do I okay. Can have these. Still, we got a few more wounded to heal anyways, even if that was dumb. And then I gotta look, did she get a lord? No. Okay. Or let her keep her prisoners, just because. Okay. Can I catch you? Maybe when my disorganized wears off, I can catch you. No, you're gonna go in there. Okay. I'll get you later. Let's see if they're making armies. I'm all turned around. Okay. Going the wrong way. Go this way. Let's see, check the speed. That's not that bad for this size of army. Oh, I still got a lot of wounded too. What is he doing? Doesn't tell me, I'm not close enough. Could just sit on this bridge here. Oh, there's something. Good old Asera. Here we go again. Let's see. We're still full of troops, though. Let's see. What have we got? See, this is like, I just did this. Like, game time wise, it was a couple days ago in real life. But it was just like a couple game days ago, too. So this is a lot of guys getting together, but we have to do it. Just gotta do it again. Let me see. Let me look. Let me look at my thing. Here's my little complaint here. Like if I go back on this, this was like mid-battle. This is like a different save. It's day 606. So, okay, so it's been at most, it's been 5 days. 5 days since the last time when I had to fight a 2,000-man army. And now they have another 1,000-man army. And I took out that one in the middle, too. So, you know, I don't know. I just feel like this is way too much of the same stuff going on here. Meanwhile, my wonderful vassals are doing something over here. They're doing some important army business over here by SMA. Tepe's castle, I'm sure they're on patrol for those of Sarai. They could sneak in at any minute. They could be going up through here, coming around, and good for this, for Akadan the Hawk's army, protecting the back there. Sarah usually have 1,000 armies. Yeah, they get rich and nobody messes with them for like the most of the game, like until you do it. Like nobody really gives them a good beating because like they have a war here and they might stop them from like sieging some stuff and then they make peace, but they never like go in and beat down all their armies, you know, unless you help them. I mean, I'm sure it can happen, but yeah, usually they are in good shape when a lot of the other factions are starting to, because okay, like all this situation here, I didn't do any of this. I've been doing stuff over here. So all this stuff over here, this like these Battanians. Let's see, that's not the place to look at it. Let's see. The AI did this. I did not do anything to Britannia to make them lose their fiefs and be diminished about. That's like 3 or 4 parties worth of power. And let's see who's besieging them. Being besieged by the Sturgians. Okay. I mean, I guess you could say this is my fault because by kicking out the Khuzaites and taking all their land, then they migrated over here and now they're... So never mind. I guess I have to take that back. Aw. I did do this. This is my fault. That's kind of funny though. Because my character is Battanian. My clan is Battanian because I want the force speed. And we went over to the Khuzaites and took all their land. So that just so the Khuzaites can't have it because they're really mean and annoying and they have good troops. And they went to Battania and now they're taking Battania. So that's kind of funny. Maybe we'll have a rematch if the game goes on that long. But, okay. We'll save as second helping. I mean, this is... I have to deal with this unless I want to make peace or something, which I don't really think there's a point. They'll just do it again. And you make peace right now. Let's see, I'll just look at it. Let's see. So we could make peace and they'll pay us, which is always nice. It's always nice to see that and just see that you have the option of just making peace. But then you'll have like about 2 weeks and then they'll just do it again. So all these prisoners get released, they rebuild all their parties, and then it's just the same thing again. So I think it's better to just do this, try to actually capture their lords and try to just take a couple more fiefs and just keep weakening them. Because in other past games, what I do is I'll just kind of leave them alone and do them last because they are hard. Like, they're a hard faction to beat. As long as they are forced to use Battanian troops, it should be easy to defeat them. Yeah, that's true. That the Kuzite without their horse archer spam is not anything to be concerned about, but they still have some because whenever they spawn, they get some like in their palette. As far as I know, I think they'll still get those as their starting troops, so they have a little bit. So when they make an army, they're still going to have a bunch of cavalry just from that. But yeah, it's definitely worth it to kick the Kuzite out, so you don't have to deal with them showing up. Because okay, like this is bad. Them having like 200 of their javelin cavalry. That's bad and it's annoying. And they can get in a lot of cheap shots. But if it's a Kuzate and they do this and they show up with like 200 cons guards, that's a really big problem then. You take a lot of losses, like no matter, even if you have the same thing, having to square them off against each other, it's not good. That's why I like to pick on the Kuzates first and just basically never let them get in that position where they can actually put together huge armies that are really well built. Okay. Let's see, is there anything useful I can do? We're saving this for later. I don't know. I don't know what to do with that. This is like the dead end of character creation. These are capped. We got everything we wanted there. This is just like a might as well skill. We might use a polearm. We might as well put FP in there and get it. This is fine. This is fine. I'm not gonna go trading stuff. We got this just accidentally selling food to our town so it doesn't starve. Um, this is the same thing. We're selling prisoners. We're long past the point in the game where I can go look for jailbreaks to build it up, and I don't know. This is like a might as well kind of perk. Like, oh, these are nice. This skill's actually pretty good. I can probably get there anyways, even without putting an FP in it, though. Um, I mean, we are only gonna have a few villages anyways. I think I might do this. I'm not going to do it right now because I'm using a quartermaster, but at some point, this might be the best move to just dump them in there so that whenever I'm not using a quartermaster, I build it up and, it gives me some anyways. In some games, I always have a bunch of people to use as quartermaster. This one, I've just been using the brother. I gave away spice vendors to make clans. Oh, that's okay. So we still haven't even recovered our troops from the previous big fight like that. We'll do it again. Come here, you. Actually, I think you're the one who ought to surrender. Yep. See what kind of map we get. How do you have so many? Well, these? I start early. I start early getting them. I force, as soon as I'm like clan rank 1, I get a merc contract and I go force recruit all the Khuzait villages and just start taking all theirs. And if I can't do that for some reason, I'll just go buy them from the notables anyways. Nowadays, they have a lot. It's pretty easy to get them. It costs money though, and like early in the game, if you haven't done anything extra to get money, you know, it can be a little expensive, but you can still do it. And I spend most of my money on cheap war horses so that I can make them. And then once I have like 40 of them, then I just start beating up the Khuzaits, either as a merc or if I can't get a merc contract, I'll just do it myself. If I can get their lords alone. Let's see. You guys go back here. We're not going to be helpful this fight. Maybe later. Okay. Now we're ready. Except I probably forgot to set a captain. Let's see. Where are you guys facing? That's okay. You can face that way. I'm going to look at those horse archers. Or move up here. Don't let them go by you. This may or may not work. Sometimes they just let them ride on by you. Yeah, this might be a good map for this though. Because if we can just kind of keep them right there and shoot a bunch of them, this might be easier than the previous map because they kind of have to just walk up to us. At least in the beginning, dealing with all these cavalry in this map might be a little harder. Yeah, they're kind of right on top of us, but okay. Okay, come on in. Don't throw javelins at my conscripts. Don't do it. Don't do it. Go away. Go back. Sometimes you just yell at the AI to boss them around. They didn't listen though. The focus points. Let me see. Well, so okay. This isn't being condescending. I just want to explain it try to explain it in a way that makes sense. Okay, so your focus points and your tributes comes from leveling up. Your leveling up comes from raw XP, which you get basically any time you do any of these skills, like anything that would give you skill, gives you raw EXP. But here's the thing, it gives you the EXP regardless of how much skill points you get for the action, and even if you can't actually gain skill points for the action. So see, even though I'm hard capped on my bow, every time I shoot something, I'm still getting the raw EXP for shooting something with the bow. And I'm also getting riding EXP every time I shoot something with the bow when I'm mounted. And for some reason you get a lot of, like, riding procs differently with ranged weapons than other stuff does. So for some reason, like if you're shooting from horseback, you get a lot of raw EXP. So doing this a lot, and like these battles I'm being kind of passive because I don't want to get knocked out, and I'm trying to move the troops around so that I want to lose as few conscripts as possible basically. But there's other battles where I'm much more aggressive, and like I'll go in and like get the garrison to sally out, and I'll retreat my party, and I'll just like kill 100 like infantry troops just by myself, and that with with mounted archery, and that just procs a lot of raw EXP. So that's why it's so high. And this is like day 600 too, so it's not like super early in the game. It's like kind of mid game. But yeah, if you just keep shooting stuff from horseback, you get a lot of EXP. And also I'm getting, of course, you get it from this too whenever your troops are killing stuff. It's not as much, but you still will get it every battle. I'm getting this too. It all adds up, but this is where the bulk of it's coming from. And usually I get to about level 34, and then at that point it's so long that the game will usually be over at that point. I think I might have gotten to 36 once though. But, and by the game being over, I just mean that I take the whole map and I'm completely burnt out and need a break from playing Bannerlord. You can of course keep playing it if you want to. Nothing special happens, but you know, there's nothing stopping you technically from continuing to play it. Okay, try to go back a little further this time. Let's see. No, I think that's good. I don't want them to get around me. Two spread out, two. We'll see how that looks. If that looks like three, go right there. 1, 5. That's everyone, right? Yeah, this army doesn't seem as bad as the last one though. They don't have doesn't seem like they have as much cavalry. The previous one they started with like 90 on each side and it stayed that way for a while. It took a while to actually. Oh, what are they doing? They're just coming right in. They're focused on my formation 2 and they just rode straight in. So that probably turned out in my favor though for them to be pointing the other way while they were riding. Let's see, okay, infantry, rider. Let's see, what's going on up here? This is really messy here, but I'll put up with it a little longer. Oh, lost one cons guard. Okay, well, as long as we're putting a big dent in them, as long as you're taking a good dent to that cavalry, it's kind of like the chances of not losing one to a javelin hitting him in the face, you know, it's pretty slim, but let's see. Let me see. 3, let's see, we'll put you guys more in the middle this time. See if we can get all that stuff to kind of come more in the middle. Day 1499, level 33. Well, once you get to like level 31 or 32, it really slows down a lot. And also, like I said, like just like shooting stuff from horseback is it's got to be like 10 times more of what's giving me XP than all the other stuff combined. Even though I have other high skills that are giving me XP throughout the game, it's like that. Because like for some reason, and I might be slightly wrong. It might not actually be considering like your distance and your damage when you shoot it, but it always feels to me like it's just I gain a lot more levels like while I'm shooting from horseback than anything else. And I know you get a lot more, like a disproportional amount of skill from doing that than you would like if you were on foot shooting or if you're, using melee on horseback. It's just there's something funny about it. Okay, get out, evacuate. This map, they're just kind of right on top of you. But let me see. Far back, it doesn't go back very far. Let me see. 4. No, I think that's, yeah, maybe like that. That might be okay. 2, come back even further. Let's put you back here. See if that works okay. 3, 1, 5. Do that. You give us a little more time before they're on top of us. Steward is even less intense to level. As long as you have diverse food, it keeps leveling and gaining XP. It's true. I don't do Steward, at least, you know, I might actually end up doing it on this character just because I don't know what else I can put points in that will actually benefit me, like, in the situation where I know I'm not going to be doing prison breaks and stuff like that. I don't do it just because, like, a lot of the benefits you get from it, you can get from using a clan member to do it. Whereas, like, things like leadership and scouting, some of the best benefits that I want have to be in the party leader. Or a clan leader to get them. So it's like, I feel like I kind of have to do those. And also being the governor with high steward is pretty useful too, and you can't be the governor. So basically I use the brother as my first steward, and then wherever I put the cons guards, he goes with them. So if I'm using them, then he needs to be the quartermaster to cut down on the wage. But if I have him in the garrison, let's see, okay. They killed one. This is gonna happen, so as long as we let them come in and fight, get a good ship with them, and then... Okay, they got another one. Oh. It's kinda... I don't think there's a better way to deal with them on this map, though. I think we kind of have to just let them exchange. As long as it's favorable like that, it'll be okay. I have spare cons guards somewhere else. In other maps, I could try to, like, take them around and actually chase their cavalry formation and shoot at them and, like, wear them down like that, but I don't think that's going to work here very well. I'm going to try it, I guess. We'll try it one time. We'll just see what happens. Like, if I do this and let them all follow me, and I don't think they're gonna... I don't think we have space to actually do that, but I'll try it, just see what happens here. Okay, they still have all those horse archers. Let's see, maybe we can... Okay, they're just coming in. Let's just go right there. Two. I forget that it takes them like a year to actually catch up to me, because that would have been really good if they were actually right behind me. But yeah, I don't know. They'll get a few of them. Okay, get them and get out. Go back. Will you listen to me? Will you do it? Will you move out of there? Pull your pants up and get out of there. They're kind of doing it. Okay. Okay. Come on. Keep moving. That was pretty risky. We killed some stuff, though. Okay. Now we're at the back of the map and we're stuck, though. So we gotta... I've never been scout, doctor, or steward so far. Yeah, the reason I'm the scout, there's basically just one reason, and it's this one here. This keen sight. You reduce, our prisoner lords are 50% less likely to desert from your party, and they mean escape from your party. And then you get this one here, mounted patrols. Prisoners in your party are 50% less to escape. Less likely to escape. So, and a lot of people, you know, they'll look at that and then be like, okay, so it goes down by 50%, then it goes down by 50% again, so they have a 25% chance. But no, they didn't code it like that. They coded it so, like, whatever your normal chance of escaping is, you lose half of it, and then you lose another half of that again. So they have no chance to escape. So I can just round them up, and then hopefully me and my vassals can just take towns and stuff like that. without any problem. In this game, it took me a long time to actually get it up this high. Like, I had to basically just deal with the Kuze without it, you know, and just put him in the town prison. I only got it after that. But in past games, I got it faster. I think there's something is weird with how you see either how you see the tracks or how the tracks are despawning. You know, there's something changes from version to version that affects how easy it is to get scouting. And because it's random whether you see the tracks or not in the first place, it's hard to really put your finger on it. But I do feel like there's a significant difference, you know, like in some games I'll be able to get this much scouting like by like day 300 in the game to, you know, but this was like to day like 500 of running around basically doing the same stuff. But this is why I want the character to be the scout, is just so I can do this. Eventually we'll get this too, and that's just the speed bonus, and that's good too, but this is useful. Okay. How do you level the tactics so much though? Well, the main way you get tactics is when troops that are under your control defeat enemies in a normal battle like this, which is seems kind of counterintuitive to like if you read the tactics description, it says that, you know, it mostly affects auto calc battles and that you level it up to an auto calc, which is true. You will get some, but you get it anytime troops under your command defeat enemies in live battle too, and that includes like in an army. Like it will include the other army units too. So when you're leading an army or a party, which I guess I could double check that. I'm assuming I'm getting it for the ones under my control in the army too. I think that could not be true though. I can't remember if I asked someone to like actually like look at if that's true or not, but that it feels true. But so you get a lot of tactics from killing enemies. And that's how I get most of it. Because yeah, there are things like leaving troops behind will give you a big chunk of tactics skill. But yeah, I never do that because first of all, the tactics skill, it's just okay. Like to me, like the tactics, sometimes I might want to auto calc something like to finish the siege or something, and it's nice to have it high, and it does have a few good perks. But I would never go out of my way to level it up, like, you know, trying to abandon troops on purpose just to proc it up, that is something that let's see, I think Strat Gaming said, I think he talks about that's a good way to like power level tactics, but I just think I don't want to like do like I don't want to spend campaign time doing specific things to try to level up skills unless it's really good. And I feel like tactics, it's not really good. Like if my choice is, do I hunt down these 5 parties and beat them, or do I take troops I don't want and go escape from battle to build up some tactics? It's like, no, it'd be better just to beat some parties up. So that's kind of how I do it. Let's see. Oh no, I left someone out there. Yeah, hurry, run away, come back. But yeah, I have heard that that's a good way to get a lot of tactics. But to me, just killing lots of enemies with your party seems to give plenty of tactics. Let's see. Now we're back to sitting here and shooting at him. Okay, so... Okay, that's their cavalry coming right in. We'll just let them, because... I mean, I don't have a choice, really. I can't really outmaneuver them. 4, go over there. Beat them up. We're taking some Consguard losses, but... we're gonna run them out of their cavalry pretty soon. Okay. I gotta retreat before anything else happens. Got a way to cheese those. To cheese to cheese the siege. I feel like it gets hard not to cheese the siege. Because it's like your choices are you ram troops up the ladders and probably you win if you have more troops. Sometimes you don't though. Sometimes they just don't do very well anyways doing that. Or you position that you put them in a good position to like shoot the enemy and that the AI just can't do anything about it because they have like they have to go to the ladders to try to push the ladders down. They're programmed to do that. So they just keep doing it and they keep getting shot up, and then once the infantry's gone, then the archers have to do it and they get shot up, and they end up losing most of their troops just doing that, just trying to push the ladders down, and then you can charge them up. And that works pretty good. Unless they have ballistas on the map, then they can just do too much damage, and then that's not a good idea anymore. But down 180 versus 360. I do that too. What I do, let's see. Gotta concentrate on this. Let's see what's coming. They got a few. I'm gonna do something different. 2. I want everyone stacked in the same place. Come over here. So that cavalry comes over here. I want to finish them off. What I do in the siege is I attack, and then I retreat the whole party. You know, 0, F1, F7. And let's see, I gotta retreat now too. This is just retreat the whole party, and what that will do is it makes the infantry actually open the gate and they come out to attack you. And because, you know, I'm a horse archer, I have a bunch of arrows, I just ride around and shoot them. And you know, their AI, it's like they approach in such a way where they're always kind of sticking their shoulder out and they always drop their shield up and down. So it's pretty easy to just ride around and shoot them all. And you can just retreat when you run out of arrows. Like even if it's like this town here, they probably have like 200 infantry or so. So, or do that like say like 3 times and just kill all their infantry. And then for the final time that I do that, I'll ride into the gate and go get into the town and start shooting the archers when I'm back inside the town. And a lot of times there's an arrow barrel that you can get to once you get back in there. And you can just keep refilling your arrows and keep killing them. I mean, sometimes they'll kill you though. Sometimes you mess up and they kill you, and either you reload your game and you try again, or you say, "Oh well," and you go wait on the map, you know. Which actually I don't think you can do that anymore. I think now if you get knocked out in the siege, your only choices are to send troop or to leave the siege. But in older versions, it would let you go back to like the build map, so you could just start building stuff and heal up and then do it again. But I don't think it lets you do that anymore. But so it was possible. Like sometimes, like I would kill the whole town doing that. It's harder now, though. It's harder because their morale has changed. So it used to be like if you start sniping them all down in here, the different groups would start to run away. And I did like two things. First of all, you could intercept them and pick up the arrows that they dropped. Like if they're trying to run to their keep, they're just when they do that, they just run. They won't fight you. So you can get in front of them and kill some of them and pick up their arrows. So even if you couldn't find an arrow barrel, you could refill that way and just keep doing it. And of course, it meant you didn't actually have to kill all of them. You just had to kill enough of them that most of them ran away and then finish them off. But now they barely rout because they changed the morale. So doing that, you actually have to kill almost all of them if you want to do that, which takes a lot longer, and there's a lot more chances of them of basically just messing up and getting shot to death by them. So if I can get one wall off, I stack everyone and get close. Follow me until they get close, and then do a charge. And after the starting fight, they don't return. And after the starting fight, they don't return. Kills them almost all. Yeah. If you can get them to just go in one wall, that's pretty good. I've had somewhere I have both walls down and they still only go in one wall. That's kind of surprising, but yeah, getting the walls down helps a lot too. So the other thing you can do, like if it's like early game, if you just have a small party, like you have like 50, you have like 50 good troops, like 50 horse archers, and you attack. Sometimes they just sally out, and you treat them just like this, where you're just killing some of their troops and retreating, and you wear them down, and you can do the siege like that too. That's how I used to do it in the early game because there was no loyalty or security to worry about. So you could take a town really early and then just pay for peace and you'd have a town. But nowadays you don't, that's not a good deal anymore because of the loyalty and security. It's like if you can't actually pass the policies to help your town out, it kind of becomes a big liability really fast to have to deal with all the quests and stuff and also try to do anything else. Yeah, otherwise get a shield wall in front and attack with archers and they will focus on the shield wall. I try to do that and sometimes it seems like it's working and sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes I like see the shield wall and I see the archers getting shot and it should work though. But sometimes I'll just bring like almost all archers and just put them everywhere and that works pretty good too. I don't want to bring consguards and do that though because just because of the effort of replacing them because you will be losing some to just anything basically like militia fire and you're gonna lose some stuff doing that. But if it's like if I go to the garrison and get out other troops, so I just have a bunch of like spearmen and archers and normal horse archers and stuff that I don't care about that isn't that hard to replace. Then I'll do stuff like that and it works pretty good too. Also if I'm over on the Vlandian side of the map, the Vlandian expos are like the best thing just for throwing at sieges though, because you can just they become crossbowmen at rank 2. So you just make a whole bunch of them and whatever rank they are, it's good enough. You just bring like 150, 200 of them when you go to siege something and it doesn't matter if some of them die because it's so easy to replace them. And they do a lot of damage with the crossbows and you can, they can fight too when you send them with ladders. I would say that's my favorite unit to use for doing sieges is just Vlandian crossbows. Just pile them in there and not worry about it too much. But on this side of the map, I just kind of use a mismatch of like everything that isn't a consguard. Or if I'm using the cons guard, I do the trick where I want to kill all the infantry first so that they have an easier time doing the normal part of the siege. Let's see. I don't know if this is going to work so well on this map. Okay, come over here. Go all the way over there. Go all the way over there. 3, go all the way back. 3, spread out. 4, okay, you go back. Infantry, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna just let you just kind of sit there for a minute. Infantry, do your best. Okay. 4, follow me. 3. Let's see. Okay. Come on, follow me. Don't go through there. I'm not going through there. Why are you going through there? No. See, that's not how I want to do that part. So. Okay. I'm gonna finish them now. But I don't want to drag the cons guards through there like that. I want them to come around. Okay, we'll do that again. Okay, I need to start moving them sooner though. Probably what I want to do is move 4 first. 2 beyond face enemy though. Okay. 1, 3. We'll do this a little better. So, oop, nope. No, go back. I didn't mean to, I meant at 5. Okay. Still got a little bit of stuff. Okay, 1, put your shields up. 3, put your shields up. Oh, that's no good. Well, if we finish it this time, it's fine. But it means I have to finish it, or I can just reload. So it really doesn't matter. But we don't want to have them charging. Okay. One, come up here. 3, follow me. 3, loose. 4, follow me. Start doing this now so that we can just get around this huge formation. Let's see. Come around it, please. Please don't ride through. I guess I have to go even wider. Even wider to try to get them to do it. Okay. Right here. Oh, it's got some jokers still riding through there. Okay. 2, you can advance. Oh no. Let's see. Do I want them to advance? No. You can charge and then stop on the back. Let's see. There. Okay, they're shooting at my cavalry and not me though. That's good. All right. Go right there. Let's see. Something went wrong there. This annoys me just because the map is very small. They're trying to get a large formation to do anything. is kind of difficult. Okay. I'm gonna do it a little differently though. We'll go 4. You go right there. A little closer. I said right there. Okay. 3. Okay, 2. Get loose. Now, I want infantry to run away, archers run away. 3 follow me, 2 follow me. So we have less things to look at while we do this. Okay. Well, 4 is staying there, and we will move. And we're just gonna trust them to deal with those horse archers on their own. Go up here. 2. Attack. That doesn't actually make them attack, but, you know, if they move in the location, hopefully they attack them. And then 2, come back over here. And 3, you can go do as you will. Which, it's not doing that would have been better, but oh well. Let's see, move back. You guys are in too much of a big fat block. That's not very good. And then 4, move up so that you can hit these guys better. See, they should be shooting these. I don't really know exactly what's going on here. Okay, they're doing something. Master archers. I mean, that's a lot of master archers. Oh. Yeah. I don't know. I know I don't like that. 'Cause I know you can get them in a position just to kill them. It's a lot of max tier archers for them to just throw into an army like that. But then again, they may have had most of these the whole game. Actually, I guess they can't because I did round them all up once before, so. Okay. And the same thing I want. Some of these to just go out. You two, cavalry, go away. Now is not your time. I want to just focus on what 4 and 2 are doing. Is there that many? Let's see. How many? It's only 150, but it did seem like they were all master archers, which is kind of surprising. This is the weird approach. They have some cavalry just sitting in the back there. They're being weird this time. Okay. Yeah, get some of those archers down. Cavalry is behind us. Okay. So we get trying to be clever. We can just sit there, and that works a lot better than trying to move troops around on the map, which that's kind of unfortunate. If the map were bigger and or easier to get around them, though, it might still be an advantage. But let's see. We're just gonna do like that, and then what do we got? Okay, not that much cavalry. 4 right there. 2, come up here. 3. They still have a lot of archers, but I feel like we're getting at the point where we should be able to just kill this. I'm going to spread out a little bit. And 2, come up here. Yeah, get those. Kill those archers, please. At least it seems like they're focusing on them. The previous time when they had the formation in the back, kind of felt like they weren't shooting them or something. 4, pull back. 5, I guess you can pull back too. Fine, we don't need to sacrifice you. 1, go over there. Let's see. Do I want to move them, or are they doing okay from here? They're doing okay. Yeah, good. Returning. Yep. Go away. That sounded like a lady saying that, but those are all troops. Maybe, I don't know. Okay. They're doing their little waddle thing where they can't decide which formation to go to. Okay, they're getting a little close here though. Go back. Two, move up. 1, now you can go make a sacrifice here. Get me some medicine skill. Okay. I did not expect to fight another big army today. I thought this would be a fun day of just capturing their parties and then maybe do a siege. But the 2 armies, and this one was a big one. And this map was very small. Except I guess I just wasn't using the whole map, because I guess now I'm looking at it, I might have been able to start over here and use that bridge maybe. That probably would have worked pretty good too. If it would have let me, I don't know. Sometimes it doesn't let you start everywhere. Oh well. Not gonna do it over again. I'll probably have to fight there again at some point anyways. Yes, everyone, all prisoners. Don't want to take any of you. Do I have space to take you? Maybe. That. Yep. Give them to me so they can't escape. And give me your wounded if you can. Okay, I can take all 3 of those. Take those. Oh, it gives me... Okay, I gotta get back 1 here. You can have that. We'll pump that back up. See, let's see how that affected our diplomacy. Now they'll pay us 6K. I like that there's no support for it, though. That means that the vassals aren't looking to do this right now. Because, you know, sometimes they will, and it is kind of lame. Like, okay, now we have an opportunity to take some fiefs. You can go hunt down their small parties. You can do a lot of stuff now. And they'll just want to sue for peace because, you know, they see that they can get some money. What are you guys doing? Let's see. Following Thamsa's party. So that lets me know that somebody is making an army again. He's following their party. I don't think they follow each other's parties when they're not going to an army. Now let's see, we'll go over here. If he's leading me on a goose chase, I can just reset and go the other way. Which is a good thing to do in this game. Just sometimes you waste a lot of time doing nothing because of weird intelligence from the game. Like, oh, this lord is at this castle. And you go over there, oh, now he's at this castle. Now he's at this, and it's, you know, it's wastes too much time. Okay. Well, let's see. What are you doing? You're chasing me? No, you're not. Let's see. I think I want to go the other way. Just make sure they're not doing anything. Oh, never mind. There's something there. Okay. Got another army. Looks like they're gonna win, but we'll save the day anyways. Okay, 2, follow me, 4, follow me, 3, there. 5, advance. 1, you can advance too. We'll see. Okay, stop right there. Okay, 2, come up here. There we go. Let's see now. Get 1, now getting a shield wall though. They're doing something. It looks like there's nothing left, though. Oh. Yes. Everybody. See, did you take a prisoner? Nope. That's the next place we have to attack is going to be this one. Let's see, what time is it? 4. Okay. That's okay, though. So my choice is, I can just go attack with this party, but then I want to be really careful because I don't want to lose a bunch of conscripts just like doing dumb stuff. Or I can go back and like swap them out for not as precious troops and come back. But then that gives them time to be like building up or coming back with another army. So then there's other stuff like I can try to see like if they build ballista or if they build catapults, I'll probably be okay. Let's see. So they got 200 garrison, militia. You can always just give it a try and then reload if it ends up being like really harsh on our conscripts and then get different troops. So we can definitely take this and produce another clan. In fact, I could do that anyways. I still have ownership of this, even though I don't want it. But it's in good shape now, so at some point I'll make a clan. But since this is in the way, we might as well do this. Let's see. We'll do this. We'll start a new save though. Taking Razih 1. I don't feel like going back all the way back to Odok. But I also don't want to lose like a bunch of conscripts. Okay, they made catapults. They have catapults and 1 ballista. So let me see. Make sure we're actually on the save. I think I am. Wait. They're replacing it. Huh. Well, they had 2 catapults before. Now they have 2 let's see. I'm gonna do it again. Well, that's weird. Okay, we'll reload this. Yeah. I wonder, what I'm checking right now is that from loading it? Did it randomly change what it was when I loaded it? Okay, I guess not. Maybe I just didn't see it properly. Okay, come here. We'll see what they're doing. Okay. I don't understand. I do not understand. Okay. But does that mean so I wonder if that's like I think there's a governor perk where you start with a ballista when you're under siege. I wonder if it's that. So if that means they might actually have that. Oh, let's see. Oh, we got a party in here too. That's okay. We got. All right. That's a lot of infantry, but Well, I can get rid of that infantry. You know, we can probably just take this with our force without taking that many losses. Let's see. Even though I would like to get B-list troops, you know, that just aren't as, might not as great troops, and make those vassal parties actually do something, but that might take too long, and there might be another huge army, you know, it'll just be a cycle. Okay, go there. I'm not sure exactly where they run away to despawn here, but usually everyone just kind of in the middle will usually work out okay. Okay, that. Now we'll find out pretty quick if they put out a ballista instead, because the ballista, they can shoot it all the way across the map. They can kill me like where I am right now easily. Okay, that was just an arrow, that wasn't the ballista. So hopefully they are held to actually using the catapults, which is not that dangerous for me here. They can't really shoot it that far. Those guys can sure shoot me, though. That's going to be good, though, if we go fight them head-on, because they're in a place where they can get shot up really well. Okay, I got to find a spot where I can fight the infantry without getting shot by those archers, though, I think. Let's see. I think I want it to be over here. Let's see. No, they can still see me. Now they have a big garrison, so they may have some good troops. I hope if I can get that ballista to hit them, I'll be pretty happy about it. Oh, well, what was that? Oh, we got a little too much action on the screen. A lot of throwing weapons. That's another disadvantage of doing this, is that if they just have too many in their garrison with throwing weapons, you probably can't really do this. They probably will get you before you can put much of a dent in them. But they're also really bad at throwing, so. Oh, they got me once. Well, we'll see. We might be going back to swap out troops anyways. This is... like, if it's not easy to do it, we'll do it the other way. Yeah, that's kind of... they are kind of a little rough. Then I can take the walls down too if I use the other troops. So I think I'll do that. We'll just see what happens. Or I could take the walls down. Well, we'll see. We'll see how... if I start losing too many just from taking the walls down with the ballista. The throw weapons have 6 or 12 ammo. They stop shooting them pretty soon. Yeah, it's true. Let's see. I'll try this. We'll see how it goes. Let's see. I said, I'll make sure I didn't click on it. Or we'll see. Trouble seeing my bar down there. Okay, I meant to pause it. I don't know if I did though. Oh, I paused it. Okay. Do that. Let's see. Are they gonna... Yeah, they didn't kill anything, so that's okay. Oh, catapults. Yeah. So fun watching the bar fill up and then slowing it and then doing that. For some reason though, I'm not getting it this time. Seems like as soon as I press play and fast forward, it pops up, but okay. It might just be slightly faster now than I'm used to. Yeah, that could be maybe from the engineer. Okay, play and pause. Okay, I missed the pause button. Okay, we'll let them shoot. Okay, so here's an army. So this is at least getting the armies to come attack me. Okay, now pause. Now save. So we have a backup save, so if I decide this whole thing is just a bad idea, I can undo it. For all these, and sometimes when you do this, it'll make them sally out because they don't like you suddenly hitting the walls and stuff. Let's see, so we have 330. Look at how many cons cards I actually have. 226. I don't want to lose like a ton of them just to random bombardment. I do have the perk to reduce the chance of it though. Oh, cool. Oh, there they come. Okay. Again. Let's see. The Gare. Oh, look at this guy. This is a new bug. Their face palette just doesn't show properly. Okay, it does on here though, but 830, and we just beat a 1,000-man army, a 500-man army, another 500-man army, and a I think they had 1,500 in that first army. So it's just, let me see, but the garrison didn't come out. Okay, so basically either way, even if I decide I don't want to do this siege because it's going to be too rough, getting their army to just come here instead of trying to chase them around is a good idea. So this is pretty good. It's just some extra facial here. Yeah, it's a new feature. You heard of the barber feature. Well, now there's the body modification specialist. You go get your face modified. Okay, let's kind of map. What kind of map do we have? Okay, everyone back here. Everybody spread out. Everybody, okay, we'll just see. We'll see. Oh, thank you for subscribing. Or following, or I think it's following on Twitch. 28 horse archers. Okay, so this isn't that impressive of an army, but it'll still be annoying. Let's see, where is this group? Okay, this group. Or you move up a little more. Move up a little more. Oh, that's not the right. Okay. Okay, that wasn't the best way to move them, but okay. Either way, kill some of these horse archers. They're just gonna go right around them, though. They're not gonna catch them, but we're gonna let them try till they get too close. I'm gonna bring them back. Come back. We got weird stuff spread all out. We have a few infantry over there, a few archers. We'll just kill some of them and retreat. Like if this was a one-time occurrence during a war, I might think it was like interesting and challenging to fight like a big army one time. But since it's just a like every few days thing, it's like no, we just do whatever you need to do to not take too many losses. You know, I just feel like they always having such a large army, being able to do it. Like I mean, I have like half their faction in my prisoners at this point, so this has to be like almost everyone left is in an army. Okay. 3, get in the middle, go right up there. Oh wait, no, don't do that. Now it's too late. Okay. Shoot, and look at all that. They have so many recruits with them. Okay, get out before anyone dies. Oh, I can't. Ooh, you got me that time. Got me. I couldn't retreat when I wanted to because they were too close. Look at this. Okay. Let's keep hammering at it. This doesn't seem like it's going to be as rough as the last one, though, because this is just a normal map. The other one was a small map, which it had an advantage of kind of making them have to like come straight at us, but it also we didn't have much time to like move if we needed to move. So yeah, 3 go right there. Actually no, 3 start over here and then we'll put you over there. You guys can kind of hang out in the middle though. Actually no, I take it back. I want you to go over here. So if that cavalry comes around this side, they kill you and not the conscripts. I probably didn't set a captain for something too. And keep forgetting to change. It's funny because I just did like 10 battles like this in a row, and I think I forgot every time to actually look at who the captain of each formation is because they do have good perks I can give them. That's how it goes. Alright, I'll get a little closer. Now chase them around. Just accept the fact that they're probably not going to kill any of them unless we actually get them to the edge of the map and move the troops right on top of them. But eventually we'll thin them out. Okay, now come back. It's enough fun. They got a few. Let's see, are they going back into... Okay, I can't tell if they went back into shield wall mode or not. They must because it's being so slow. Yeah, spread out. So you moved your location, then shield wall again so that you don't get killed by arrows for no reason. First archers are back. All gonna shoot me? Gonna shoot me twice? Oh, we can't let that happen every battle, but once in a while it's okay. Got all of those recruits. I think, again, I've suggested this before, but like for the purpose of the army and party power, I think that the recruit should be 0. And that they should be forced to actually like level them up before that, you know, that power counts for joining an army or for doing anything else. Just, you know, get the recruits, then you have to make them something above a recruit before you get credit as far as, you know, having the troops to join an army. If you take a couple hits, that's okay. Well, we still have walls to take down, so we'll heal up. And actually now the main point is just to get rid of this army. If we don't want to do the siege afterwards, it's still, you know, it doesn't matter. We can always change troops, or you never know. Really, this area isn't like a great area for us to take anyways, because it's going to be, it becomes a liability then to come down here and defend it. And really taking stuff in the Empire area is what we want to do now, because that's really easy to defend. But we'll do it just to spite this area. Depending how long the war goes on, it could have a good effect. Like if we can just keep taking their fiefs and really like knock them back a bit. I still have 5 horse archers. Didn't kill them all. They've spawned in more cavalry because we killed a lot of their recruits. So now they're just, I guess, we're probably still over 1,000 on the map. Maybe not. Okay. Don't shoot me. Now do it. Let's see now. Okay. Three, get a little more in front. Got a lot of Imperial troops with them this time. So okay. They're just doing a normal approach. I do wonder if the infantry is just going for that formation, though. It looks like they're headed that way. And we got cavalry over here. Okay, 3. Do what you want. Protect my guys. Can't let them get too close over here. Okay, they have archers in front. That's good. Please kill all those archers. But then you gotta skedaddle. Go back here. Hurry up. Can't let them catch you like that. What is all that? Okay, that's fine. You guys can play with the infantry over there in the corner. I feel like, okay, they're killing the looters and stuff like that. That's fine. I should have taken those out of her party and made them into Imperials, though. But I didn't think about that. I don't think we can finish this off in one shot. But okay, now 2, let's see. 2, you need to go back kind of diagonally. You can't go straight back. Go back over there. And like so to do this, I have to kind of leave the other horse archer formation just alone. It's too far away. Okay, let's see. 69 archers. That's a problem. If we can make them focus down the archers, we could just finish this off. No, don't hit me. Don't hit me while I'm thinking. Time out. Let's see. Don't shoot me either. Don't shoot me while I'm... Okay, 4, come up here. You're too far away now. Come here. Oh, you're shooting me? Well, okay, that's my fault. I shouldn't be doing this. Please shoot those archers. Don't. If you shoot at the other stuff, the archers will shoot you and you die. If you shoot all the archers, then we just kind of win on the spot. Where they knock me out, I have to reset. But okay. Okay, I'm getting annoyed. 4, come here. Get on top of them. Get rid of those. Get rid of the archers. I don't want to keep retreating. Like, if we just had a few more controls, like if you could just target them at the archer, like, you know, click the archers, then all this type of stuff would be less frustrating and it would feel better, because it would feel more like, you know, you're commanding the troops, won the battle, and not like you made the best troops you can, you put them in front and hope that they shot them with arrows. Move back. Hi. Are we out of arrows? I'll ride by and see. Some of you are. Some. Oh, most of you have arrows. Okay. Cavalry, we thank you for your service. Did an excellent job of making them turn all around so they could get shot. We have a lot less of you now, but that's how it goes. Okay, let's finish this off. Oh, don't run away. Now, let's see. She's got a bunch of junk in her party. I lost. Where are they? Where are my? I lost 3 concerts. That's not that bad for letting them fight the cavalry like that. Okay. 60 influence. Yes. Yep. You guys will not be my friends anyways, even if I let you go. Well, yes, I will take some looters. Thank you very much. Take some of you too. Let's see. Yeah, we got plenty to recruit still. Oh, I should have taken the other prisoners just because I'm not moving right now, and I could always kick them out later if I needed to leave. Yep. So I got to be careful here. Let's see. Oh, okay. I got healed because we won the battle. So even though I took another hit and went kind of low, it was kind of questionable, I got healed. So now we're okay again. I want to be careful because in case What I don't want is if my HP is too low to lead the battle and then this sallies out and to be forced to send troops or run away. But I don't think that's going to happen. We can just sit here and... Let's see. Should look at... Okay. This one's taking a beating. I think I just didn't put it away fast enough, probably. So what we can do... Let them go a little longer. Before they actually blow it up, I'll put it away and start making an awning. And that should get us through this and let us get the walls down. Okay, walls are down. We have one catapult. I don't know if I care about the catapult. Well, I guess we're... Let them blow it up anyways. I'll put my glaive back. Oh, I still have the glaive. Okay. I'll blow up that catapult. They didn't blow up the catapult. Okay. I guess the walls weren't completely cracked, even though it looked like it. Go. Pause. Save. So... Oh, they must... Okay, so they ran out of food. I didn't even notice that they had ran out of food. And their garrison starved and is wounded. She still has a party, though. Does she feeds her own party? You can't sell some food to the store? Well, okay. The militia eats all the food anyways, though. That's okay. Let's see what we can do here. I will level everyone up. Get to be an Imperial. Yes. No, oh, I must have lost troops from the bombardment, maybe? Because I'm confused, because I was at cap before. Let's see, how many conscripts are... Okay, 220... No? See, that's confusing to me. Because I believe I had 224 last time I checked. And I lost about 3 in the battle. So... I don't know what troops... I mean, that just seems unlikely that if I lost this many troops, it would just happen to not be any of the conscripts, but it's possible. And I want to do something funky here. We'll take all of her troops into the party so that, yeah, all of them, any of them that get knocked out, all of it goes to the sisters for her medicine, even though she's a medic too, but I don't care. Like, that's nice and everything. Like, when she becomes a clan leader, it's going to be nice for her to have some medicine, but I want the sister who's my medic to be, you know, to have high medicine. Okay. Well, let's see. This should go pretty well. We do have the perk to reduce siege casualties. I hope they don't still hit their own troops with these. We're going to let them use them, though. Let's see. Everybody kind of start in the middle. And then... Let's see. We'll do that, and then... I don't want you guys to run straight in. I want you to stop over here and spread out. And then I gotta look and see how many... Ooh, it only gave me 2 groups. That's weird. Usually... Okay. I don't know. Like, sometimes it does that when there's ladders. It'll just give you, like, you know, there's this group and this group. They're gonna each go up a ladder. But I'm surprised that it did it in this map. I'm surprised. And that's not very good, because that means... Okay, are they on hold fire? Maybe they're on hold fire? Okay, they start, I guess they decided they're infantry and they're on hold fire. These guys on hold fire too? That's weird. That usually you don't have to do that in the siege. Okay, everybody. Everybody on shoot at will, please. Just get shooting. Shoot some of that stuff before we charge in. Yeah, that might be the bad call though. If they're just gonna sit there and not do this, it's better to just charge in. But I think I'm still confused why that happened, because typically in a siege, all the ranged units still perform as ranged units, even if they're grouped in with infantry, which, look, I don't know why it did this, because you would think 32, 32 is enough to go into its own group. They still clear the walls when charging. You mean like if I just let them charge, they're stop and shoot the enemies on the, like they're shoot before they go through the breach? I want to try, but then I'm afraid though, because like this situation is pretty good. They're able to at least shoot at this stuff. I'm afraid if I try to charge them and then make them stop, they do something stupid instead. But if I get knocked out, that'll happen anyways. Let's see. What can I do with... I don't like them being in a column like that. 5. Come over here like this. A column would be probably pretty good for going through the breach, but I want to milk this. If there are enemy archers, stop and shoot guys in the wall. Okay. I'm just afraid though they're gonna just run right in there. I mean, it's okay. Like, probably we could just do that and not have that many losses anyways, but I'll make them do this for now, although let's see. I wonder if I could... Oh. Ooh. Oh, come here. Come here, 5. Well, I see. We have a... something special here. The 5. I found the fish in a barrel over here. Let's see. Come over here. 5. Spread out. 5. Look that way. We'll see. I don't know if that will actually do anything, but hopefully they see some of those guys in there. I see them anyways. I see those guys. Yeah, I see arrows going in there. Better than nothing. Get in there. Yeah, don't shoot me. Don't shoot me. You shoot me, they're just gonna charge right on in. Okay. Is there another hole like that on the other side? Is there another little cubby hole full of guys? No, but that looks slightly vulnerable. Come over here now. They look a little more vulnerable, like they could just get shot at an angle here. Maybe not. Nope, there goes more archers. I think F3 and transfer. I've tried doing stuff like that before and found that as soon as I like move them out, oh, I guess since I'm in a good position here, now's the time to try to figure that out. Well, let me move over here. So let's see, we'll do oh, no. Well, they're already off horses. That doesn't matter. So 3. I would like, yes, you go. So, see, this is the problem here. As I said 3, because I want those cavalry and stuff. I want to just put them in a separate formation and send them first, so they have shields. But okay, we'll try that again. Okay, 1, F3, F5. I'll just try it. We'll see what happens here. And now, do I have a 1? I have a 5. I have another formation. But then when I pressed 5, now it's moving every. No, don't do that. Scatter. Stop it. Okay, that was a bad idea. Okay. 4, come back over here. Shoot at those guys. 2, come back over here, and 5, go back into 2. We don't need an extra group just hanging out. Okay. Take from the Oh, you're right. You do. So let me see. Okay, so I still have that though. So in group 2 there are 48 infantry. So 2. Okay, so now when I look at this though, it's showing me archers in group 1, even though my archers. This is okay. So we have group 1, group 2, and a group 5, which I made and tried to get rid of, but it's not going to do it. But when I go here, I go to like my orders. I only have group 1 and group 5 now. Now we're doing weird stuff like that. But if I do 2, okay, I guess that's selecting everyone. See, it messed it up. Your advice messed me up, even though it should have been fine. Okay, everybody scatter. Let's see. Okay, that's not a scatter. This is about the opposite of scattering. Okay. Formation 1. I want you to go back into Formation 4. We'll try that. Now, go over here. But this is everyone when I press 4. 4. See, are you guys out of arrows? Four. Spread out like that. Let's see. Okay, so now it's showing me I have one formation with basically everyone in it, and then another formation. So I think this just is when you press a number with no formation on it, you select it. Well, you select all. Well, why didn't they switch to 4 though? You see what I mean? Like if this here, when I press 0, it's telling me I have formation 1 and formation 5. So I press 1, F3, F5. I select 4. I'm going to do this. Accept. Okay, now. Right now that should, if you do that in, okay, it worked that time. Oh, okay, so it starts at all of them. That's right. See, I haven't used the transfer for probably about a year. Because see, now I'm basically stuck back where I started though, where I just have 2 big groups now. Because what I just want those 39 infantry to come out if they could. And I don't think I can do it with this part of the UI. I feel like I've done it before at some point in the past, using that where I got it to just be infantry that came out, but I feel like I can't remember how I did it, and I feel like it worked once. Let's see. What do we got? We've got 229 left. Well, guess what? We're gonna do it again. We're gonna mess around with it more. Try to see if we can do that again, but better. Now they'll all have ammo again. Okay. Everyone, come up here. Now I feel like whatever I do on this screen, it'll undo it as soon as I go in there. So we have 13 infantry. Oh, okay. 1, go over there. 3, go right there. 4. 4. Yeah. I don't know why it's making... Why it decided everybody goes into group 5. And so, okay. Okay, I'm going to just do that because I'm pretty sure it just resets it anyways as soon as I start this. Okay, so now we've got 2 and 4. Okay. This time... We still have a lot of stuff in there. We'll try just letting them charge and see how it goes. I kind of feel like I need to shoot more of them down. So... Oh, they're holding fire. Don't hold fire. Use your bows. That's another weird thing, because I know on a lot of sieges, they don't do that. They don't start on hold fire. It's only sometimes. Okay, I think we're probably fine. But it is fun to try to just shoot them down. Oh, we lost Khan's guard. Lost another. Okay. I don't feel like that's fair. We lost 2 of them. Okay, I guess 2. We can put up with losing 2 of them. It counts horse archers differently in sieges. That's why all was locked. Yeah. I just feel like, well, I mean, this is fine. We could have shot a few more down and then charged them in, but it's fine either way. However, I feel like it's a pretty reasonable thing to want to just take, like the, because those are dismounted cavalry and infantry that have shields, to just take those and use those to send through the breach first. And also to specify like one breach to send everyone through, so you're just going in on one side. But that's fine too. I'm not gonna do it again. I mean, I'll do this many times, but not this exact one. Oh, they're in the here. Okay, they did that. I think it's actually better to just send troops. I think because of my tactics, it's just gonna dunk them in the toilet. Yep. Now we'll take them all because we can sell them right away. Yeah, we show mercy. Oh wait, I better check this first. Let's see, let me see you. I want to look at you. Yeah, show me an encyclopedia. We have 100 relation with you. Because sometimes it'll like say, oh, she likes it when I show mercy. Never. That's why I have 100 relations with her. She likes it. Well, that's good. Okay. Which one do I choose? Got a good guy and a bad guy. I guess we should give the good guy. Give the good guy the town. We don't want that. Don't want that. Yeah, you can build that. Down there. They need food, so hopefully I have enough to sell them. Yeah, I do. Okay. There you go. Grain. Fish. You can have some grapes. Although I think mostly it's just the fish and the grain that helps them out when they're really low like that. Get some trade. 24 points in trade. That's stupid. All I did was sell the town food because it's starving and it gave me that much trade. Not enough to get the next perk, but still, that was surprising. I get a perk here. Okay, ranged prisoner recruit is pretty good. Well, let me see, if it doesn't count horse archers, then it's just okay. But if it counts horse archers, then it's good. I usually get that one. Yeah, I don't care about increasing their morale. I don't care, but that's not good. This is, yeah. Regardless of whether it works on amount of troops, that's better. I want this, even though I'm only using one party at the moment. At some point, I'll get around to making as many parties as I can just to let them roam around, but I just haven't got around to it yet. There's always something a little more important to do. Okay. Got a few things to do here. And same problem still where I don't want to... I want to hold on to the wounded troops. Also, they're out of food, so I don't want to put good things in there. Let's see. What do you have? Give me all of that. And... oh, she might just stick them right in there, though. Okay. We'll discuss this in a moment. put something in there. That's not empty. I don't want to give him that one. Ah, okay, this is my big plan that it was too complicated for me to actually do last time I tried to do it. Okay. Okay, I want to give her these stacks of troops. Give her these stacks of troops. And then I can like skim off the healthy ones from her since it will only give me the healthy ones. And I can put those in the garrison. Then I can get these wounded out to have the sister heal them. And this is a lot of work just to be able to hold on to some wounded troops. So we might have to do it more than once too. But there you go. Stuff in the garrison. If they throw away a little bit of it, that's okay. 64. Let's see, how's security? It's not horrible, but it'll be better once that villages recover. Let's see. The garrison is actually doing decently. Let's do that again. Let's give them 100 troops for their garrison if we can. Give up a few of these. Give you a few of these too. They're not that precious. Not those though. Let's see. Okay, that'll be pretty good, yes. No, I forgot those ones. There's a tedious thing to do. Let's see. Go in there. Give me just the healthy ones. Yes. Manage garrison. Okay, now. Now my fear is though that if I give her the conscripts so I can take out the other wounded ones, she's just gonna throw conscripts into the garrison, which I don't want her to do. So I guess we just take as many of these wounded as she'll let me, or that I can hold rather. Oh, which might be all of them. Is it all? Yeah, I can just take them all. Never mind. Let's see, I have too many prisoners. That's what it's telling me there. Oh. I don't know if that updates in real time, though. It might not be the case that I have too many prisoners. Oh, wait. I'm sure it is, because I took everything. We'll retain our stack of elite cataphracts. You guys can just stay in prison until the war is over. If you lose rep, it will cost influence. That I figured that out the hard way, because in a previous one I was looking at it, and it was saying, you know, you have to spend influence, you know, to blah blah blah. So I did it, and then I still lost it. I still lost the relation. It made me mad because, you know, well, why did I have to spend influence if they're gonna get mad anyways? And why can't I just let them do what they want? You know, because like some of them will get mad no matter what. Some of them want mercy, and some of them want to pillage. But I feel like I should have like there should be like a chaos option where it's like they can each do what they want. The ones that want to pillage can pillage, and the ones that don't want to, you know, they can get in a fight over it. That's fine with me. They can beat each other up over the morals of the town. But yeah, I never want to pillage because it's like, you know, we're gonna. The whole point is to use this and to not let it fall back to the enemy. Okay. What else to do? So we gave him food. The middle option, never loses rep. Is that the Is that pillage? The that could be, but it knocks down the town stats though. I guess though, if you're worried about making someone too mad, I can just do that then. Let's see, we sold them food. I feel like that was a good amount of food. They have a garrison. Alright, so I'm gonna try to do this the legit way first, and then if it doesn't work, I'll pull one over on my vassals. Because what I want to do, win the election, take this town, and then make a new clan out of it right away. But if they won't put me on the ballot, what I'll do is instead just make the clan now. Even though they said they changed it so you won't, that you shouldn't be able to do it. Like they put in the patch notes that you can no longer give the fief away while you're waiting for an election. So I gotta clear all this stuff off or I'm not even gonna see it. Away. Okay. I'll wait here. But it still will let you, even though they said that. And even if it, sometimes it'll be grayed out, but if you just reload the game, it won't be grayed out anymore. Let's see. Okay, so they'll give it to me. Well, let me show you the trick then. I'm gonna reload, I'll show you. If I'm right, I might not be completely right about why it works. But we can investigate, because we're not on Iron Man mode. We can reload the game and try stuff whenever I want. It's very, very nice. So, I have temporary ownership of this. Go talk to him. Or, well, that works too. Put him back in there so I can talk to him. I got messed up. Okay. Go back in. Where are you? Oh, I already messed up somehow. I lost him. Okay. Redo that. Okay. Come here. Where are you now? Okay. I just want to talk to him. Okay. I want to reward you for the services. Now, see, this is how it is. This is the default here. It shows you... Okay. So it is showing Razih already. Because sometimes what I did before, it would have this on the second page, but it would be grayed out. But then if you reloaded the game, it would come to the front. But he's already I already reloaded the game, so to properly show you that I would have had to do it first, which I didn't do. I think I'm just gonna do it the legit way. But as far as I can tell, if you save and reload the game, it will then let you give the fief away before the election. As far as I could tell, that's what does it. Because sometimes I tried and it would be grayed out, but then by doing that, it wouldn't be grayed out anymore. But I don't know for sure. It's hard to really know for sure how things are working, but we'll wait. We'll close all these. I guess I don't strictly have to wait in the town here, but I'm going to. Alright. Well, yes, I will take it. I want to double check if I even actually lost relations with that guy. Where is... I think it was her? 100 relation. I think she was the other one on there, but it's definitely Fold Rat. Where are you? There you are. No, so either we had over 100 relations and it doesn't display it, or it's just still bugged and not actually taking your relations when you go against him. But or cavern, okay. Did I forget to put him in there? I thought I already put him in there before I saved. Oh well, doesn't matter. Okay. Yep. I'm gonna give you this beat up town. And you can just be the Falcons, because I'm not feeling creative. Oh, cap locks. I think every single time that I've been streaming this game and I go to name a faction, it's on cap locks. Okay. Got a point of charm. Alright. There you go, and he's got a horse, not a falcon. Okay, he's got the same this isn't gonna confuse anyone. Well, they don't care. They'll never notice, but I will know that there are in fact two very different clans with the same sigil very close to each other. That's pretty funny. Let's see, they still have a huge food shortage though. That's not good. They have all that food. I feel like I waited long enough that should refresh, but oh well, we'll bring them more food. And we keep the clan anyways, even if this has a rebellion or they come take it. No matter what happens, we keep that clan, and it'll be a while before he leaves if he's upset, like if he loses his fief or something. In fact, in previous games, I never had any of the Wanderer clans leave, even if they didn't have a fief, because I would do this trick to make them, like somehow, I would do that trick where you make it before the election. And somehow I ended up just like making even more, so I never had enough fiefs to give them. I was like always ahead by like 4 or 5 wanderers, and I never had one leave. So, I don't know. That could be a bug itself, though. Yeah, that's exactly what it was for me, too. It was on the second page, and it was grayed out. But then after I reloaded the game, it was on the first page, and I could do it. So, there's something there. Well, I've got to take a break now, though. And I've been sitting here for a while, and I need to go walk the dog or something. Thank you very much for stopping by, Captain Krem, and thanks for talking with me. And sorry, I don't know how to transfer troops in the siege, and I know that what you told me to do is factually correct. I still can't do it, though. So, yeah, you have a good night. Thanks a lot. If anyone watches this or clips from this later on YouTube, thank you too. Thank you very much. And I'll see you again soon.